Like, you know, like my ratio has been swaying towards the dicks. And
great terminology there.
Yeah,
swaying towards the dicks.
Is this a podcast or is it Shakespeare? We don't
know. But that reaction told me soon.
Oh, it's coming soon. Yeah, it's because I had...
So will all the guys looking at you.
Do you ever do that? Do you like, when I was a man?
No, I do. I'm like, back in the good old days. Yeah.
Anyway, there we go. So you could learn a lot about women's clothes from me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You should have spoke to me years ago, mate.
Lack of pockets
is
the other one.
£10 cheaper. That'll do, yeah.
But he was actually giving me advice like, you need to break up with her, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure therapists aren't meant to say that.
Listen, aren't they?
Yeah,
Encourage you to get to your own answers.
Yeah. Exactly. And at one point he was like, you know what you need to do.
Oh my god.
No way. Oh, I was 39 yesterday. In your face, Miriam.
Well done, Ricky.
Yes. There you are.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll put my own plugs in the middle as well. I put Ricky's one in early so I can get my own in. But yeah, I think.
Yeah, he took my sticks off me. I have never felt so unstable. Welcome to the Unstable Podcast with me, Ricky Balshaw, and I'm joined today this is a terrible start.
Do you want to start again?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, start
really
again.
Do start again.
Go on. Yeah. So I'll keep you staying in there.
Welcome to this. I
believe in you,
terrible.
Ricky.
Chloe, you're making him nervous.
What's going on? I normally fucking one take Balshaw, they call me. Welcome to the. I started with an I can't do that either. Right. Welcome to the Unstable Podcast. We got there with me, Ricky Balshaw, and I'm joined today by Chloe Reynolds. Hey.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming. Really appreciate it. We've known each other for. I think you were there at my first gig, weren't you?
Not the first. I think I was there early days, though, like number 2 or 3.
Was it? Which one was it?
I saw you at the Holly Bush for the first time.
That was my first gig.
Was it really?
That was my first gig.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, where Doug was comparing.
No, I wasn't there. It was very early days, though.
Okay, it must have been number 3 then.
Yeah.
Well, it could have been number 2, because I think I did that twice before I went elsewhere.
By the time I'd seen you, word had already got round on the circuit of going.
Oh, really?
Yeah, people were like, you need to see Ricky.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. I love that. But anyway, it's not about
give
me.
him a bigger head.
Yeah, he needs it.
I mean, I was fucking fire from the start, wasn't I? No, I'm joking. But I've really enjoyed it. To be honest, I did have a really good first few months.
Yeah.
And I thought I was unstoppable. And then I opened a gig in Hereford for Darren Archer.
Oh, yeah.
And died.
Yeah.
It was my first death and it was horrific. Loads of my mates had come as well. It was so embarrassing and it's one of the worst. I think it's probably top 3 of my worst deaths.
Yeah. But weirdly with you, you were one of the only people that came pretty much close to fully formed. Like, I know you will have improved loads and I've seen you over, but as far as someone straight away where it's like, it's close. You know,
cheers.
with me, it took years to get to like a semi-normal level.
Yeah.
Loads of years of graft. And then I remember the first time seeing it, I was like, little bastard. Like, you know.
Well, it is a little bit misleading. I'm going to let you into a secret now. So while I was that new in comedy, I'd been doing public speaking for about 15 years.
Yeah.
I don't know if you already knew that because of the Paralympic stuff.
I think I'd heard it. Yeah.
So I wasn't brand new to public. I was brand new to comedy, but not public speaking. So I was confident in front of people anyhow. But anyway, we're making this all about me, and it's not about me.
Yeah.
It's about you. And when we first met, you were a very different person.
No.
Yes. And it's funny actually. I was talking to my girlfriend yesterday, telling her about the guests we got on filming and stuff, and was telling her about you. And I had genuinely forgotten your dead name.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten it. I just remember you now. You are Chloe to me. And before we started filming, looking at the wrong camera. Before we'd started filming, I had to ask what your dead name was. So you've probably guessed. Chloe is transitioning or transitioned, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's always a process, isn't it? So,
well, I'm going to add a caveat here because there's a very real chance that I am going to say the wrong thing.
And I will cancel you immediately.
There's a very real chance I'm going to say the wrong thing. So there's no
If he
disrespect.
does though, call him out on it.
Make
him feel shit.
No,
don't
but
forget about making him feel shit
No, because honestly, part of what I think pisses people off is like everyone's learning, right, in like different levels.
Yeah.
And you you can always tell when someone maybe doesn't know something versus when someone's trying to be an arsehole. And
100%.
I don't think it's like productive in any way to be like, oh, you use this or that, when I know the intention was fine.
Yeah.
And I think that's the conversation, really.
Yeah.
So,
and that's what I was getting at then. Because you know me, and you know I'm not here to insult or say or do anything wrong on purpose, but I probably will get something wrong at some point. But I've got that joke in my set about the use of the word spastic.
Yeah.
And it to me, and obviously it's very different situations. Mine's disability, yours is a gender. I get that. But for me, in terms of like using the right words and insulting and stuff like that, it's not the word that's the problem. It's how it's used.
Yeah.
And it's the intent.
Yeah.
So if I had, for example, have remembered your dead name and accidentally called it you know me, that I'm not being a dick.
Yeah.
I'm just being a dick.
Yeah,
but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, if I do say something wrong, correct me, but the's no malice or an intent at all.
Absolutely fine.
Right.
Like,
so are you happy to mention your dead name?
Nah, let's make it hard. If
I mean,
some
that's the reason it's dead.
If some stalker wants to go back, they can find it with a quick Google.
Okay.
But,
we met and you were identifying as male.
Yeah.
But I knew you at that point. You were, again, this might be cross-dressing.
Yeah.
You were dressing as a woman for just stage, or was that in life as well?
That was in life as well, but it was very much confined to weekends and evenings and stuff. So
I love that. It's like there's that old joke when you're taking the piss out of something and, oh yeah, I'm Sarah at the weekends.
Yeah.
But you genuinely were Chloe at the weekends. That's cool.
Yeah.
Was it always Chloe, or is that a name that you developed?
There was a bit when I was using Jess.
Okay.
Weirdly. And then I was like, actually, because my dead name was quite close to Jess.
Yeah.
I was actually like, you know what, let's just make it a bit harder.
Yeah. I like, again, we were talking before starting and you said that you deliberately made your new name very, very different from your dead name. And I get that, because a lot of people use very similar names, don't they? Or the same first letter and stuff like that, or some link to the dead name. But you've gone, nah, fuck it, new person, new me.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I was going to say balls deep there, but yeah,
we get
straight into the. Okay, so obviously you were born an assigned male at birth and grown up and stuff. When did you sort of think that you wanted to be a woman, or how did it start, the cross-dressing, or what? Talk me through that.
It's such a long process because
fucking hell, Chloe.
I know. Well, mate, we've got Patreon, so
we've got the Patreon. Yeah, anything we don't get in, we'll
just edit.
She's
in
plugging
there.
the Patreon already.
Professional.
Best guess we've had.
What best can I say, guys?
I think you are actually the first guest to plug his Patreon.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll put in my own plugs in the middle as well. I'll put Ricky's one in early so I can get my own in. But yeah, I think weirdly.
That's a clip there.
That's a clip, isn't it? Yeah. No. As I'm holding the cup that says "I love cock."
Well, pass it on to me instead.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But I knew, like,
I was going to make a joke then, like, I love cock, but not my own.
Yeah. Well, same. You know, that's going to go soon. But sorry, I'll try and answer the original question.
Oh no! Started
we've
already.
done it in a minute.
Started already.
That hurt my cheek.
Right.
See, we are mates. Like, we can have the crack.
Yeah, we've got this. So my earliest memory when I was 4, right? Like, I don't remember anything prior to that. And even around that era, I remember things such as like seeing men's body hair and go, oh my God, like, that's not gonna, like, you know, hate that.
As
like,
in not wanting it to happen to you.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And then I, like, throughout that year had those feelings, but it was probably only when I was 11 when I even knew that trans people were a thing. Yep. And by that point, I
trans
think
people were a thing.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. I couldn't say that.
Well, do you remember there was a show called Something About Miriam? Yeah, that was the first exposure I had to that.
People went nuts about that.
Yeah, and obviously I was only like less than 10 at that point. And I remember seeing the adverts because my grandparents had Sky. So I could never watch it.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing the adverts and just being obsessed. And at that point, like, I think I was like, oh, I think I'm that. But obviously I don't look like that. and I'm never gonna, so there's those feelings of, oh, that's not me because look how I look now.
Yeah.
Because you're still very young and you can't really compute it.
And you're very susceptible. You're very, you're an open book, aren't you? Maybe susceptible is the wrong word, but you're very open. The mind is a sponge at an early age. And it's interesting you said that your first sort of experience or exposure to trans was at the age of 11.
Yeah.
And like they're doing it now in sort of primary schools and stuff, aren't they? Really making it accessible to younger kids, which I'm not going to get into the politics.
No, let's avoid that.
It's not a conversation I want to have or get into. We'll just talk about you and your life. Sorry, I interrupted you. Carry
no
on.
worries. And then
So something about Miriam, and you thought, that's a bit of me.
I think, I know it was just running through my head a lot. I can't remember specific
So just
memories.
to explain, Something About Miriam was a show where there was a trans woman on a date. There was like loads of guys trying to date her, weren't they? And they all had to compete to get to be a partner or something at the end of the show.
And the twist was that they only revealed that she was transgender at the end.
Yeah, the guys competing didn't know that she was trans.
Mate, it's horrendous TV that could only exist then.
You couldn't do it now. And
no.
The reactions of those guys. Yeah. Didn't one kill himself?
No, I don't.
Can we check that?
What's the show called? Something
or maybe
about...
Miriam did. I know there was a suicide.
Well, Miriam's passed, but I don't know if it was for, I know her life afterwards was
hell.
Rough.
Yeah. And fucking hell, it would be. You know, with how time was then, as in, the times change, don't they? What's PC and what isn't, it changes over time. And then it was...
Oh, yeah, it was. Sorry.
Yeah, no, go on.
Oh, it was her.
Miriam Rivera, the star of the 2004 reality show, was found dead in her apartment in Mexico on one Friday. Oh, it's my son's birthday.
Is it?
Oh, shit. Well, now you can celebrate two things on
there you go. Same year.
Sorry, that's way too
no, it was
different year.
4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that she'd done that, or I thought someone had within that show, which just goes to show that that the show was not in the best interest of the participants.
I just want to point this out. You beat her.
I beat her?
Yeah, she died when she was 38.
Oh, I was 39 yesterday. In your face,
well
Miriam.
Done, Ricky.
Yes.
That's a clip.
Yeah, there's a...
This has turned very quickly, hasn't it?
Oh, honestly, I did tell you at the beginning I was going to say some shit wrong, and I wasn't fucking lying.
No, it's all right.
Yeah,
I don't think we've said anything wrong. I just can't believe how quickly we've jumped to the suicide of people.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
But it's a shame because you brought the show up, and that is directly linked to... If they hadn't have done that show, and maybe if they'd have done it and made some changes, but if they hadn't done that show, there's a high chance that she'd still be here.
Yeah. 100%.
Because it was from the hate she got from that show, I imagine, I don't know, that caused a lot of the downward spiral of her mental health, which is tragic.
100%.
It's a real shame. But we keep sidetracking it, and I really want to hear your story. Sorry.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Go on, we're friends. So that was probably when I first registered that it was, an actual thing that you could be trans. And then... by that age, though, you're already so heavily socialized into what you think roles are and what you need to be.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be seen as this outsider. I very much wanted to fit in and blend in. So,
I mean, it's a different scenario completely, but I was exactly the same with my disability. I didn't want, sounds ridiculous, I didn't want to go and play with the other disabled kids at my school. I was really anti-disabled when I was at primary school because I didn't want to be grouped in with another, what I saw as a lesser at the time group. I didn't want to be seen as that. So all my mates were able-bodied.
I had so much internal homophobia and transphobia to kind of deal with.
It wasn't until I got on the Paralympic team and I was exposed to disabled people that were successful and had personalities and stuff that it changed my outlook completely. But I was 14 at that point.
Yeah.
And that's a long time to go with that preconceived idea of a group that I am actively in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's mad. So I get it. Although it's a very, very different situation, I'm not trying to compare our situations.
No, I get
but I do understand to a certain level, what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I grew up in a village. We had one gay man. He was the hairdresser.
Of course he was.
Yeah, and he would be taking the piss out of like on the school buses and stuff. And I very much was involved in that schoolboy kind of, you know, pushing people to the side to deflect from myself, you know. And it took me years.
You would be part of the bullying to fit in.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I didn't like, you know, grab the hairdresser and kick him or anything, you know, but I certainly was involved in that verbal deflection and trying to be one of the lads for a long time,
So when did you first, I don't know, was it a dress you put on or underwear, women's clothing? When was the first time that you thought this is a good idea?
Probably would have been around 9 or 10.
Okay.
Around that time of the Miriam period, we'll call it. So it was
Don't talk about Miriam's period.
In one way or another.
We've gone again. We're snowballing.
Yeah.
No, go on.
But it would have been around that time when I would have been sneaking into my mum's room, taking tights, dresses, skirts.
That's weird, you know, because I used to do that.
Hi guys, do me a favour and go across to patreon.com/Ricky's Unstable. The first 1,000 members are just £1 a month for the lifetime of your membership. You get bonus content, you get early access and all the fun from Ricky Balshaw's Unstable. See you there.
Did you?
Yeah. I used to dress up as a woman with my dad.
With your dad?
Yeah. I've got pictures, man.
No, I believe you. I don't need to see.
That's just like Billy Elliot.
Maybe.
Yeah, have you ever seen the film?
I've seen the film, but I don't remember him dressing up as well.
Oh, I was obsessed with that. No, not Billy, but there was one of his friends, and they lived in a caravan.
Right.
And then he knocked on one day, and the son and dad were both wearing the mother's lingerie. Very weird scene out of nowhere. It made no context with the rest of the film.
Me and my brother snuck into my parents' room when we were young. I don't know how old we were. 8, 9, and put on all of her makeup. I did that.
Yeah.
Did look like all the makeup on my face and stuff and looked like a fucking clown. But I did that.
Yeah.
I wasn't ever comfortable wearing my mum's clothes. I just thought it was a joke with my dad. And
your dad was taking pictures.
Oh no, my mum.
Don't tell your mum or I'll kill a cat.
My mum caught us, and then it was like there was pictures taken by my mum.
What?
This sounds really
bad.
Sounds
really bad. Are you okay?
I think we need to change just the topic of this.
You need to swap seats with him and we need to have a counselling session here.
I don't want to talk about my life anymore.
Honestly, I don't have to listen to this shit, Chloe.
Yeah.
No, I do. I do. We'll get to him in the Patreon.
Yeah.
we'll unravel this.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah. It's just weird, isn't it? Because it's like I'm like with all these episodes so far, I've had something that with each guest something's triggered within, and it's very weird. Like
it really is.
The flashbacks and stuff. It's just a bit.
I can't wait till we get Kate Bush on here. Kate Brush.
What?
Kate Butch.
Oh, was Kate Butch coming?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Kate Butch coming on. She's great, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's brilliant. I met we did a showcase that a few agencies got together, and each of them put 4 acts forward for this showcase with loads of producer stuff. I was one from the agency that I'm with, Fab, and she came from, I think she's with Gag Reflex, which I think is an amazing agency name for a drag queen.
Yeah, it is.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Kate Butch with Gag Reflex. Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Sorry, mate. We keep fucking digressing.
It's all good.
We keep going off topic. So,
that's why it's called Unstable.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing to do with my legs. So you saw Miriam, and then within sort of 12 months of that, you were trying on your mum's clothes.
Probably. I can't remember.
Yeah,
it's interlinked.
I'm not going to hold you to the day.
But yeah, no, you should. Yeah. You really should. But yeah, and then from that moment all the way through to like my mid-20s, I was living that kind of secretive period where it was kind of one persona with the world, and then you had kind of your clothes, whether, you know, as a teenager it would just been your mum's, but as soon as I moved out there would be a little pile sort of hidden somewhere in whatever accommodation I was in.
And you would, you just put that on when no one was around? Yeah,
if I had free space I would wear that, and then I would start experimenting with makeup as well and stuff like that.
So was it a sexual thing at that point? Was it something you'd do? And I know this is really deep, but like, because my very lacking understanding would perhaps assume that you do that. Because you hear about it, don't you? Men putting women's underwear on and having a wank. Like, was that it for you? Or was it, I get the impression that it wasn't that. It was more of a comfort thing?
Yeah, it was mainly more down the comfort. And there was certainly an idea of, like, I don't feel comfortable as a man.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't get me wrong, we've all had wanks, haven't we? So,
yeah.
So, you know, every now and again, but it certainly wasn't. But
it wasn't for that reason.
I didn't do that to have a wank. But then coincidentally, that might happen every now and again.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, what I meant was it, you know, you'd put it on and then have a tug, but it wasn't for sexual gratification. It was for a comfort.
Yeah.
You just felt comfortable in those clothes.
And it's such a normal perception to have as well. Because when I came out to my mum was very much like of that viewpoint of like, oh, why are you telling me? Why are you making this like your life?
Sorry, you said when you came out there to your mum. So I come from the world of dressage where there are lots of gay men. Yeah. So coming out is telling people your sexuality. When you say coming out, do you mean just telling her that you were wearing women's clothes?
Oh, coming out, telling her that I was trans.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Right. Yeah.
So you have to do that as well. It's weird.
It's still called coming out.
Yeah. Okay. It's the same regardless. Okay. Yeah. And my mum was like, oh, why does that have to be something you're telling or like showing the world? Because she was convinced it was just this fetish.
Right.
And then I think as time has gone on and she's just seen like how boring and normal my life is, she's like, oh, no, it's not that, you know.
So that when you came out, as you say, to your mum and you came out as trans, is that fairly recently or is that like when... years ago when you were doing the cross-dressing? Because I know when you started as an act, when we first met and you started as an act, you would sometimes gig as a female. So was it then or was it, because what I'm trying to ascertain is when I knew you were identifying as male, you're male, you had a partner, that was fine. It was just you were cross-dressing.
Yeah.
So when did you, at what point, was it during that time or after or before that you said to your mum, I'm trans?
Yeah, so I think I'd said a few times to her over the years, I feel like a woman. Yeah. And this is my thing. But it was always kind of ignored as a like, my mum says it was a kind of, her reaction was, your life is going to become X more difficult. So let's just park this, you know. And then I eventually actually came out to her and I was like, we're doing this. Probably in...
I love that. We're fucking doing this, Mum.
Yeah. In like August 22, I'd like to think. Yeah, around that time.
Okay.
So that would have been just after me and you were doing most of our like hanging out at gigs and stuff.
Yeah.
And in that period, like I say, I was cross-dressing before, and I call that a trial period.
Yeah.
You know, and it was gradually becoming more and more of my life. And, you know, you're not going to just say, oh, I'm trans, then move into it straight away.
Of course not.
You've got to check out whether...
Try before you buy.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So...
I mean, the last thing you want to do is chop your dick off and realise it was a mistake.
Exactly.
That's the last thing you want to do.
So that was it, really.
I don't know, Rick. You give it a go, bro.
Well, it depends how often you use it.
Yeah.
But...
It's a very valid point. Yeah.
But for, you know... that sort of 2-year period when I started doing comedy, I went in with that feeling of I'm pretty confident I'm trans, but I wasn't telling people at that point. I was just going with the, for now, let's call it cross-dressing, let's call it transvestitism or whatever. And because the last thing I want to do is be appropriating. Just in case I figure out that's not for me.
Yeah.
I don't want to be saying I'm something and then have to retract that.
Yeah, no, I get that.
And yeah, I just felt like I needed to go out, live the world, and then make that decision off it. And it probably took, like, say, 2 years for me to be like, I want to do this.
This is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
So obviously sexuality and gender are two completely different things. And when we first met, when you were identifying as the other name, you were identified as male and you had a girlfriend, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How did she cope with or find or whatever the right word is, how did she deal with you doing that? Was she okay with it? Was she awkward? How did she cope with that?
It was really bizarre, like the whole experience, to be honest, because like I say, it was a really big secret for me that I didn't really share with people, because this is before I even started doing comedy.
Yeah.
And I told her about a year in.
Yeah.
That I was that I was like going through it. Just wasn't.
Sorry, when you say going through it, do you mean transitioning or
no, just the cross-dressing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry if I keep taking you back.
No, it's so funny.
I want to be clear what we're talking about.
I love that beautiful image of being like a year in going, I've got a vagina now, girl. Yeah. Don't know if you noticed. Yeah. But
can you imagine? Just wake up one day.
What have you been putting in me?
Yeah. I've got something to tell you. Ta-da!
I bet she'd be fuming if it was nicer than hers as well.
Yeah. But and I think at that point she was just kind of committed and wanted, you know, this kind of relationship and an image of the relationship that I think she was tolerating rather than accepting, if that makes sense. So
I think it does.
Yeah. So it was always something like, oh, it's okay, but it was always a bit embarrassing. It wouldn't be something that we'd tell other people.
I was going to say, was it she was okay with you doing it in front of her, but would not want you going to her family dinner?
Oh, mate, I didn't even meet her family ever at any point.
But you were together for years.
7 years. Yeah.
You never met a family?
No.
So like,
but there's a bigger story in that.
Okay.
So she was of Bangladeshi descent.
Okay.
So her parents would have had a major issue with her dating someone not married and living with someone that wasn't a practicing like religion as them.
And would they have had a problem with you being white?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And not being of the same religion as well.
Yeah.
So when it came to that was already a blocker. And then it was like, well, if only they knew, you know, how much worse it would have been for them.
Well, you say that, I'm sort of sat here and I'm thinking to myself, oh, actually, the fact that you didn't meet them because you're white, that's more acceptable than them not wanting to meet you because you're trans. But I'm not sure it is.
No, it's not great either way, is it?
In my head, I'm thinking, like, it's, okay, I get that. But you should, why is racism okay that way? Mean, and this is probably going to get me in trouble now, but I just think we're all people, black, white, fucking in the middle. I don't give a shit. If you respect me, I'll respect you.
Yeah.
And it blags my head that even in that moment then, when I was when you were talking, I was going into it thinking, I can't believe that she wouldn't introduce you because you were trans. And then I found out it was because you were white. I'm like, that's all right.
Yeah.
Why should that be all right? No. It's not all right.
No, it's mental because you look more into it, right? And this was like her parents were a couple that moved from Bangladesh.
Yeah.
They moved to like Staffordshire. Very white county, right? Barely any diversity in it. And then they're stunned that their daughter, who goes to a school where she would have been one out of like 5 people that weren't white British, and then they're stunned that she like essentially adopts the culture of the school that she's in and the friends she's in, and they treat that like it was a bad thing.
It's fucking nuts. I mean, that is a strange situation to be with someone for 7 years and not meet their family.
Yeah.
I mean, if they are as practicing in whatever religion they are, I would imagine that the trans thing would have blown their fucking mind as well.
Exactly.
God, he's white.
Exactly. After
this guy's white and wears skirts. Like, you would have fucking pickled their head.
After a few years, it did feel like a blessing. Not gonna lie, 100%. It was kind of like, I am not gonna push this.
I think in hindsight, it was amazing that you didn't have to deal with that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
the last thing you want to do is have to beat up a dad in it.
First couple of years, it was like, this is not ideal.
Yeah.
But then obviously as kind of self-understanding increased and, you know, that motivation to sort of crack on. Yeah. Definitely wasn't a bad thing.
And I assume that your parents were okay with her.
Absolutely fine. Like within 3 months, my ex was like part of the family.
Lovely.
Yeah.
That's great. How did your girlfriend at the time cope with, like, how was she with the cross-dressing?
She was very much, it's behind closed doors, right? So she would go visit her parents over the weekend, and that's how she kind of maintained that two-life thing between living with me and seeing her kind of religious side of the family.
Okay.
And then Friday night, Saturday night was for me to dress, really.
Really?
But it was never something that she really wanted to see or like have any interest in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's mad. So did that play a part in you two splitting up?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it did.
Was it a major catalyst or was it just part of a larger set of problems?
Well, there were larger set problems. I don't want to go in too much on her.
I won't pry.
Yeah. But there was issues there around control and stuff.
Okay.
And then at that point, my life was spiraling. I will say my faults. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But I
respect that.
Yeah, I was very much going like for sex. Like, you know, after a couple of years, I was just, you know, like, what do you want to call it? Like, I don't know, just being an absolute scumbag.
Mm-hmm.
And
fair.
Yeah. And at that point, it was just like everything this relationship is now is like a sham. Right. And I was seeing a therapist, probably the worst therapist going. He was about £10 cheaper than everyone else, so I went with him.
£10 cheaper, that'll do, yeah.
But he was actually giving me advice like, you need to break up with her. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure therapists aren't meant to say that.
Listen, aren't they? Encourage you to get to your own answers.
Yeah. Exactly. And at one point he was like, you know what you need to do.
Oh my God.
No way.
Yeah. But that's what happens when you pay under the market rate, isn't it? You know.
Well, no, it shouldn't be. No. If he's qualified, which I'm fucking questioning at this point, Chloe.
Yeah.
If he's qualified, he should be sticking to the book regardless of his fucking hourly rate.
Yeah,
that doesn't sound like a therapist, does it? Like, a therapist is supposed to break down how your brain works and how your thoughts work.
And ask you the questions, sorry to interrupt, ask you the questions for you to get to your own answer. To get there yourself.
He did ask the questions, mind you, and I talk about them, but then at the end, he was like, so as summary, you're going to do this.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh my God.
Very rhetorical questions by the sound of it.
Yeah.
That's fucking horrific.
Yeah.
Right, hold that thought. We're going to go to a quick break now where we're going to, because we've got a sponsor. Can you believe we've actually got a fucking sponsor?
Well done.
I know, right? Do you know who the sponsor is? You know the sponsor.
Do I?
Lee Astle.
What is from years ago? Because the name rings a bell.
From Leicester. And he's just started the card shop, like the Pokemon stuff and the collectibles.
I'm not connected to him.
Right, okay. In that case, I made all that up. You don't know Lee
and in that case, I do know who you are, Lee. Yeah. And you run an amazing card shop.
He does, and we're going to go to a quick ad for them now, so thanks very much. If you're into Pokemon, Warhammer, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Dungeons & Dragons, or anything like that, get yourself down to Triple C in Siston, Leicester, where they can take care of all of your needs. They're also a CGC specialist, so if you find any comics or cards knocking around in your grand's attic, get them over there, get them graded, and you never know, you might be sat on a fortune. If you're listening to this podcast, you get 10% discount on all of the CGC products using code UnstableCGC10, and they'll give you 20% off all of the Warhammer products using discount code Unstable20. Thanks very much. Back to the pod. Right, welcome back to part 2 of the Unstable podcast with me, Ricky Balshaw, and Chloe Reynolds is still here. She hasn't fucked off. So yeah, thanks for sticking around. So I want to talk about, obviously we spoke about sort of you making the decision to identify as a woman and do that. Are you happy to talk about the transition itself?
No, I am.
Okay,
yeah. I just thought it would be incredibly funny as I think this is what the whole part of this podcast
There's the end of the podcast.
Yeah, that's it. We're done, guys. Bye.
Fuck off. Because it fascinates me and I'm really interested in it, and it's nice to have someone on that's so open and willing to talk about it.
You questioning it, Ricky?
Questioning what?
Your sexuality. Not your sexuality.
Your gender.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm very comfortable in my skin, but the whole thing does fascinate me because it's such a thing at the minute. In it, you see, he's trying to take the piss.
Yeah,
it fucking backfired.
And this is the guy who said he dressed in his mum's clothes.
I know, Speaking to the guy that wore dressage for the first fucking 30 years of his life.
Sorry, I must add, the way I said that there made it sound like an insult there as well.
No, been.
Says the guy who did this. Guilty.
I mean, just me thinking then about me wearing jodhpurs. I suppose I was cross-dressing for the first 30 years of my life. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, I had to wear, because of my thin legs, I had to wear women's jodhpurs because the male jodhpurs were too baggy.
Oh,
and I used to rub, so I did have to wear women's jodhpurs.
Were you comfortable?
Very. Yeah. And it's a shame that is the case, and the zip was on the other side.
Oh, what, at the back?
No.
What do you mean?
Not just expose me arse. Like when you zip up a male pair of jeans, you pull it from this side.
Yeah.
Female is that side.
Oh God! I wear women's jeans, but it must have been so long when I moved jean category. I can't remember that.
That's my experience of jodhpurs. I assume it's the same with jeans.
No, it is. You're right.
Yeah,
it is.
Cool.
But yeah.
Anyway, there we go. So you could learn a lot about women's clothes from me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You should have spoke to me years ago, mate.
Lack of pockets.
Yeah,
is the other one.
I'd be fucked because I ain't got hands free to carry a bag.
No.
I'd be absolutely.
Do you ever
shafted.
do that? Do you when I was a man?
No, I do. Like back in the good old days. Yeah.
I fucking love it. So, but no, it is really refreshing to have someone on, a trans person on that's happy just to fucking say it as it is. Do you know what I mean? There's no airs and grace. I love that. So you've been identifying as a woman now for 2.5 years.
Yeah, around that.
So what does that entail? I mean, I've got a very crude understanding, hormones, where you dress, hair, operations. What does your transition look like?
Yeah, I mean, there's the obvious ones that you kind of mentioned, but probably the most notable is like the social element of it. So,
how do you mean?
Well, like how you're perceived by the world.
Okay.
That is probably the most notable difference as to navigating people and that sort of confusion phase of people. It was probably about 1.5 years of people like not sure how to address me, where to box me.
Yeah.
I think it's really surprising how, because we all take it for granted when you've got that clear role and you just go, oh, that's just the way the world is.
Yeah.
As soon as you break away from that, you realise the world is very different depending on which box you sit in.
How do you mean? Explain that to me. Sorry, I've got a bit lost there.
Yeah.
I'm keen to understand it.
So when I was presenting as a male, there was a certain way I was treated. I could walk down any street and just be oblivious to the way that people were perceiving or treating me.
Yeah.
You could easily just blend into the background. No one gives a shit. Right? You start presenting as female and then all of a sudden, there's this initial gaze that comes onto you.
Yeah.
And then that gaze can either be one of confusion or anger, or it could potentially be of one where men are initially checking you out, and then when they realise, especially in that early stage, because it's more clockable, that can then turn into anger.
It's more
and
what,
distaste.
sorry, did you say?
Hold on.
What I heard then was cock and ball.
Cockable, more clockable.
Clockable.
Yeah, sorry, that's a very trans.
Sorry.
No, you've called me out there on a good term. That is very much a term that only trans people use. So clockable.
Sorry, I heard cock and ball.
Yeah, that's valid because it's not a regular piece of language.
It made sense.
Yeah.
It made sense in my head as well because you're on about the early one. It's obvious because it's more cock and ball.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. So
that's what I heard.
Yeah, clocking in trans language is people noticing you are trans.
Yeah. Okay. So I kind of understand what you're saying there because, for example, we both know Doug Carter.
Yes.
Really well. And obviously me and him have become really good friends. And he said to me that when the first few times we went out in public together, outside of comedy, he noticed people doing double takes and double stares at me the way I walk. And I'm so oblivious to it now. But he really noticed that. Yeah. So I imagine that it's, again, I know it's different, but a similar sort of thing because you're the one who's changed in that moment and early stages of transition, as you said, it's more clockable, it's easier to notice. You're probably very aware of the difference of the reaction of the general public.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it makes you so self-aware as a person, right?
Can imagine.
So generally, when we talk, I know we're not going to go too much into politics, but when we consider where you would go to the toilet and all of this sort of stuff. I wouldn't use a ladies' changing room ever, but I definitely made a conscious point where I was like, okay, I'm aware of how the world sees me because every time I walk down a high street or walk into a Costa, this is the kind of looks that I get. Yeah. And then gradually that's eased and got better. Yeah. So I guess I through people's interactions, I notice how the transition is going. Yeah.
And again, don't want to get into the politics and stuff, but you mentioned a really good point there about male and female toilets. And you've said you don't want to talk about politics. That's fine. So I'll just, for me, like for genuine trans people who've genuinely transitioned, I think that's great. Use the toilets that of the sex that you're identifying as. No problem with that. But I do think that I can understand why some women are perhaps fearful of that, because I do think that there are men that will exploit that loophole there. So I'm not saying that trans people who are assigned male at birth and then transition to female, I'm not saying they shouldn't use female toilets. I think they should. It's the people abusing it and taking the piss and putting women at risk. That's where I've got a really fucking strong opinion of. Yeah. Because I think that's disgusting.
1,000,000%. Like I remember seeing articles about, what was it? There was someone that had just been committed of a sex crime, a man. And then between...
Like his dad.
And between that and the trial,
Dad.
all of a sudden it was like, and now they identify as female.
Of course,
and I'm literally like, oh, for fuck's sake. Like, that is just not helping at all.
No.
And they're quite clearly not trans, right?
And that's quite damaging to the trans movement, to the legitimate... honest people.
And the only thing I'll say to that, right, is there are bad actors and knobheads in every society,
100%.
right?
Yeah.
We don't punish a whole group of people down 100%. To the action of 0.3%.
Yeah, because if that was the case, you'd never trust a man again because of all the male rapists. So
you'd all be on curfew.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you'd all be transitioning into women to not be on curfew. You don't, like, it's a slippery slope.
Yeah, no, I agree. We shouldn't punish the majority for the behaviours of a small minority.
Exactly.
So I 100% agree with you there. So for you, at what point in the 2.5 year period did you feel comfortable then? Because you said a few minutes ago that you wouldn't use female bathrooms. I assume you do now. Was that quite a big moment for you?
Yeah, it was probably through...
No, you're laughing. Fuck off, Mikey.
No, I'm not laughing. I'm laughing because I just had like the weirdest image come into my head. Like you went into the bathroom for the first time.
Celebrated.
And then all the women in the bathroom were like, what the fuck's going on here?
There's just like this shining ray of gold coming down on me as I enter. I'll be honest, like my view of it has always been get in, get out. Like I still am very much like head down. I don't necessarily
that should be how you operate in a public toilet anyway.
Yeah.
Get in, do your stuff.
I know, but honestly, a lot of women, especially if you're in a night out comedy club setting, they will hang around in there and chat. And I am just head down. Don't want to get noticed.
I suppose on a night out and stuff for women, it's a bit of a safe place.
Yeah.
You know, to get away from all the fucking knobheads out there.
Have you done that? Have you done because women always go to the toilet in twos. This is me being proper male, by the way. But have you done that now?
Have I done it in twos? I mean,
have you gone with your girlfriend and like, let's go powder our nose?
Oh no, we definitely used to go to the toilet together and stuff. But I think it was genuinely though when we needed a piss. It wasn't just should we go for a laugh? Yeah. You know.
So I mean, I think there are people that sort of transition and it can go a few different ways. Some people still look quite masculine, which is an incredible shame. I really sympathise. And some people are very successful and appear how they want to. And I think you look incredibly feminine. I can't remember where I was going with this now. Oh, so how long? That's it, because I was relating it back to when you felt comfortable. When did you? Or you might not have got there yet, but when were you happy with where you are physically and mentally?
Yeah.
At what stage?
It's interesting because there's always like 2.5 years in. It's not a realistic position for it to be over, right? Like there's definite landmarks still to hit. There's definite things I want to do. However, probably for the last like just under a year, I've been very happy with like, this is great. The change in which like society has happened and society has perceived me. Yeah. So from that angle, I'm very happy that I feel like I'm out of that war zone territory of being seen as all the time, everywhere. Yeah. I can definitely blend in a little more now, which is great. Yeah. But, tits next year, Ricky, that's the big one.
I think you've just beat me to it. So I was just going to say there are things you still want to do. And I was going to say, what are those things?
Yeah.
So tits.
Yeah.
How does that work? Do you get to choose your size?
Yes.
Do you?
Even I can answer that.
Fucking
yeah.
I don't look into this stuff because I don't need to.
No, because remember, like even cisgender women like choose their own boobs, like get boob jobs and stuff. Yeah. So there are apparently differences, but I haven't researched it enough.
There's different shapes and things you can get.
Yeah.
Can we get the exclusive?
Yeah.
What size are you going to be?
I think I'm going to go D.
D?
Nice.
Yeah.
Love a good
so like
D.
heavy, but let's just say I've been with people before who maybe have gone one size too big for their frame. And there's definitely learnings to be had from those encounters.
I think it's always, I imagine that it's easier if you have implants. I would imagine it's easy to go, oh, these are a bit small, can I go bigger? Rather than going smaller because of the excess skin and stuff like that. I imagine it's easier to go bigger. So start small for your frame and work
it up. I'll be honest, like, once I've paid, like, I think it's like $6,500. To get it done with someone that has a lot of experience with trans people, incredible. Obviously, go Turkey and get them $3,000, can't you? But like,
but do you really want to risk that?
Exactly. So buy British. Everyone.
Love that.
I'll paint some Union Jacks on them.
Oh my God, you've got to do that. When you get it and you're ready to show it off,
you'll have
just get a fucking Union Jack
go
bikini.
proper like Ginger Spice.
That's
where the tea towel there's a Union Jack. When you have it done, you'll have to come back and be a guest again with a low cut top on.
Okay.
Deal. You heard it here first, guys.
Fine.
Only on Patreon. Only on Patreon.
This is Ricky's plan. It's just to get every low cut top on every woman that comes on now.
So obviously you're transitioning. Are you taking testosterone blockers and other female hormones?
I'll tell you for him. So I wear 3 patches. And basically I change them twice a week. That's your estrogen. So that's coming into the body. And then I have an injection every 3 months, which is to block the testosterone.
Okay. My dad's on that at the minute.
Is he?
Yeah, not because he's transitioning. Because prostate cancer.
Yeah, there is a link.
So he's got prostate cancer and they operated and but they left some in. And the only way they could stop it growing is to block his testosterone because prostate cancer feeds off testosterone.
Jesus Christ.
Is having the testosterone blockers, but without any of the estrogen and stuff. But because of the hormones he's on, he's basically living like he's going through the female menopause.
Oh wow.
Having the hot flushes, the sweats, can't sleep.
Oh, I bet
it's a nightmare. It's better than being dead though.
That's what I was about to say.
How long has he been on him?
2-3 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's weird because it's settled down for me now.
Yeah, no, it's been on it. Yeah, but don't forget he's not got the other.
Got you.
What you call it?
He hasn't got the estrogen to balance out.
What are they called? Hormones.
Yeah.
He's not got the other hormones to balance out. He's literally just blocking his testosterone.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Wait, what happens there?
What do you mean?
Have you got no testosterone coming into your body because it's been blocked from creation? What the fuck's it been replaced with?
It just stops.
What happens?
He just doesn't produce testosterone. Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Imagine.
And then I have another one called progesterone, which is basically a little capsule that you pop your bum every night. And then that...
Every night?
Yeah, every night. And that one magically makes your boobs go round.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah. Here's a real... Like, people that don't know this get fascinated by this.
I'm fascinated
by
this.
If you just take estrogen and you don't take this, your boobs will grow, but they're going to grow into a triangular shape.
Oh, cone tits.
Cone boobs. And they go a bit weird.
Now we know.
So there's a specific hormone that females make that round their boobs?
I don't know if they make it, like they must do, but all I know is I knew several trans women and they were like, top tip, as early as you can. Right. Try and convince your health provider to give you progesterone as well. And I've got nice, lovely round boobs. It's great.
No, so you have are they excuse my ignorance, and I'm sorry if I'm being too personal. Tell me to fuck off if you want. But you've been on the estrogen, the hormones for as long as you have. And obviously, like, when women go through puberty naturally, it can take them years for the boobs to get to the size they're going to be. Are you not potentially jumping the gun by only waiting 2-3 years to have the operation? Or how does that work? Or am I totally wrong?
As far as, like, don't get me wrong, I don't have an extensive library of every, like, person that's gone through it, but I feel like I know enough trans people and spoke to them to get a general consensus. Yeah. Most people never go above an A cup. Some people will go, some people will squeeze into a B cup. There's some fat people that all of a sudden get, like, you know, double Ds. But
big tits on a fat chick, like a 6-pack on a skinny guy, and
exactly,
it don't count.
It's the equivalent of an A, really, isn't it? So it's one of them that typically what you want to do is over a couple of years grow them, and then it gives you more. The surgeon more to play with. Gives
them room to...
Yeah, exactly, to put in the implants and make them look more natural and stuff. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Cool, so that's the next step. Is that booked in?
Not yet, but I'm trying to find someone.
But that reaction told me soon.
Oh, it's coming soon. Yeah, it's because I had...
So will all the guys looking at you. Nuts.
And yeah, because I had 4 weeks off work this year for, like, surgery on my face.
Okay.
And they were not happy about it.
Really?
No, they were. It was more the fact that they'd changed my team, and it was quite an important time.
Right.
In my day job, and then all of a sudden they had to give me the time off work for it.
Yeah. Did you take it off as holiday or?
No, it's medical leave.
Right.
So they weren't best pleased, and they were like, "Okay, what other surgeries are you planning?" And then I joked with them. I was like, "Well, I'll probably do tits a month after," and they were like, "You better not." And I was like, "No, don't worry. I'll save it till at least January next year."
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
So I was
have they been all right with you generally? Work, yeah.
Cool. Absolutely fine.
Yeah.
You know, it's funnily enough, I nothing's changed since transitioning, but since I started comedy, I have not progressed in my job one bit. Like,
really?
You know, from a career development point of view, I think that's very telling.
Well, to be honest, that was very similar to me. So when I quit the team and then I got a regular office job, and I was doing fucking well. I went into sales and I was doing really well. Worked my up. I was head of a sales team, and then I was business development manager for this company. Started comedy just before getting the BDM job, and I very much plateaued at work. And then work started coming down as comedy was going up. Comedy, I was shit.
It's where your heart is, man. It's where your heart is.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still in my job, so I'm doing very well, and I'm very focused. If my employer
just in
watches
case.
This, this is my annual leave I'm using.
I was going to say,
we're
recording this on a Tuesday daytime. Yeah. Like, how fucking dedicated are you to your job? Cool, so tits next, what's the sort of recovery on that? Do you know what would really help us grow is if you could subscribe to the channel and like the videos. It'll cost you nothing, and it really helps the podcast to grow.
About 3 weeks, I think. But
that's pretty good.
But then I work from home in an office, so, like, realistically, it's probably going to be
fucking hell, I broke my ribs and had 6 weeks off.
Wow. Yeah. But I had my entire face done.
You mentioned that, and I didn't know that you'd had work done on your face.
Yeah.
What did you have done?
I went to Korea for it.
Okay.
And basically...
Which one?
The South.
Oh,
yeah. Kim Jong-un maybe has a slightly different selling point than them.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. What are you known for? Missiles and transgender plastic surgery. Yeah, it's a great combo.
Outstanding.
But yeah, no, South Korea is really famous for plastic surgery. They're like the best.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And also
I went really high then, didn't I?
It's also the South Asian economy is, like, brilliant for anyone going from the West. So
right.
I was having quotes in Europe.
Oh, of course, I see. Yeah.
I was having quotes in Europe that was like 43 grand. And very subtle.
Went to
tweaks.
Korea and it was a tenner.
I wish.
Not far off, no. But it was great. And I had my forehead reduced. So
how the fuck do they do that?
So, I mean, don't get me wrong, I just went, do it. But basically, they bring the forehead down rather than...
So they bring the hairline forward?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought they'd, like, cut a bit of your skull out and just push the brain in and hope for the best.
Just pull in.
Right. Sorry, I misunderstood that fucking completely.
No.
Yeah. I was imagining, like, you know, the Coneheads. Remember that film, The Coneheads?
Oh yeah,
yeah. I just imagine like because they were literally like aliens, and they had like cone heads, and I was just imagining like slicing.
Oh wait, just look at the camera and say cone heads. I'm gonna make your head cone
heads.
There you go.
Cool. I don't know what they are.
Okay, can you bring up cone heads, please? But when you said forehead reduction, I was actually imagining like some quite heavy surgery where they cut away some of the skull.
I've never seen this before
never seen the cone heads.
Life.
There's this scene where I think the daughter does like a diving competition into water, and because the shape of her head, there's like very little splash. She smashes it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going off topic now.
Yeah.
So I was imagining some like bone structural thing, but it's just they bring the hairline forward.
And it's not
do they
massive
bring it
either.
up at the back? Like, do they shift it all, or?
I don't know.
Or have you got a gap missing somewhere?
Must do. But I've still like, I don't know if it's visible, but there's like a tiny little scar still like.
Oh, right, I can't see.
Top of my hairline, it's there.
I mean, I believe you.
Yeah. No, imagine what
just
world.
Making it all up.
This would be the world's worst lie, wouldn't it? Like, why would I lie? You know, to get into women's rugby. I'm not doing that. The other thing was cheekbones were reduced.
Okay.
And then
again, sorry, I find that quite ironic that your cheekbones were reduced when there are so many women having cheek implants.
Yeah.
Like,
but
I get what you mean.
The difference is so vast. So like a male face is more angular.
Yeah.
And a woman's face is more circular. So it's trying to like line up with that.
Okay.
And they also did some fat grafting where they took some fat from my hips and put it around my eyes, and essentially. Like, I look 10 years younger because I've got, like, all those crow's feet from being in my mid-30s and everything is just gone.
Yeah.
Oh, I want that.
Yeah, I want that,
wicked.
I love that.
Yeah. It's absolutely
Sounds great.
brilliant.
I've got suitcases under my eyes.
Yeah, man, me
not
too.
just bags.
Oh, I was so bad. And now, like, concealer looks so good on me. So, it's great.
Love that. So, cheeks, head.
Yeah.
And what was the other thing you said?
Eyes. They did quite a few things, and then I think they did a little bit of a lip thing as well. I can't remember what they did, but I remember how I had stitches in my mouth. And my God, that is the weirdest feeling in the world. When a few days later you're getting your stitches removed, and they're going into your mouth and literally like untying the stitches. Yeah, it was brutal.
I don't like the sound of that. I'm really funny with like dentists and shit as well.
It was absolutely horrid. Like, it wasn't painful, but the actual idea of them going in and that sort of like how close they were to all the nerves and stuff.
I get that. When I was 10, I had an operation on my spine, major surgery, and I've sort of got a scar like that running down my spine.
It's never minor with you, is it?
Oh man, I fucking live life on the edge tonight.
Yeah.
If you don't, you
play life on difficult, mate.
You're taking up too much room, mate, if you're not on the edge. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, so they had to take a bit of my spine out and operate on my spinal cord. But when they zipped me up, they did these stitches that ran sort of underneath the skin for whatever reason, I don't know. But then at the bottom, it went in, and then there was like a hole where they popped out, and there was like a little knot there.
Yeah.
And after 4 or 5 days, they had to roll me over, and they had to like wiggle it for ages to loosen it up, pull it, and slice it.
So it's like a screw. Almost.
Yeah, and it was weird feeling.
Yeah.
Very, very strange. So again, different area, different thing, but I kind of understand the weirdness that you're thinking.
Honestly, my face was so swollen as well.
I bet.
I've put photos of it because I'm doing work in progress shows for the first time.
Okay.
Do a slideshow of it. And honestly, like the shock on people, I didn't think it was such a shocking thing to show because it's my face covered in bandages.
Yeah.
But you can see like the swelling. And people get like really weirded out by it because it is just so different, and it's like no one can imagine that photo then coming down to what is now a very normal face again. Like it's just so
that's mad. How long did it all take from to get better and as to look as you are now? Did you have all that done at one time? Fuck,
all at once.
That was sore.
It was. I went by myself. And they
great idea.
Yeah, they advise that you bring someone with you. But
no shit.
But the flights and the accommodation cost about $3,000 per person.
Right. Okay,
my partner at the time didn't have the money for it, and I went, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna save the money and just brave it out. So I didn't pay for her to come with me. And then as soon as I had my surgery, I was ringing her every day, crying, going, I should have done it. I should have brought you here. Yeah. But in hindsight, I'm glad that I saved the $3,000.
Yeah. Now you're healed. Worth it at the time. Yeah. Shit. I get that.
But yeah, for the first few days, you are literally like bedbound.
Were you in hospital there, or did they send you to the hotel?
No, just for the first day, and then I was back in my Airbnb after that.
Fuck that. That must have been miserable on your own.
Yeah. It was
in so much pain. How long did you have to stay out there before they'd let you fly home?
2 weeks after the surgery.
Right, is that because of blood clots?
I think with everything, there's a lot of risks, isn't there? I can't remember the specifics, but they signed me off and then...
What the fuck do you do in Korea? For 2 weeks.
With a swollen face.
Yeah. Mate, you know what? I had a great time. I actually did. I did 4 open mic comedy gigs.
No way.
I actually did. I progressed on to paid work after my first open mic.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Like literally,
amazing.
I did 1 5-minute open mic spot and they were like, oh, I've had a dropout Friday. It pays the equivalent of 40 quid. Do you want on? And I went, yeah, like holiday money.
There you go. You should have had your missus out there. Would have only cost you 2,960 quid.
Exactly. Hindsight's a beautiful thing.
2 + 4 is 6 quid maths.
But honestly, it was. I sort of made a mini community of friends there for a bit, which was nice.
Keep in touch with them.
Yeah, 1 or 2. And you know, like when things have gone well, like, you know, they'll drop me a message and vice versa.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's wicked.
That's awesome.
That's really cool. Love that.
And you're in, like, I'm not well travelled, so to go to somewhere like Korea where it's a complete different way of living was just insane.
Yeah.
Do you know the weirdest thing? Like, you'll never call this. What do you think my favourite thing about Korea was?
Go on, you go first, Mikey.
The weather.
I'm going to say the people.
Baseball.
Oh, they love baseball. I know that.
Baseball.
Yeah.
It's the same with the Japanese. That. It's very, very popular.
So they have baseball 5 nights of the week on in Seoul. And because I had 2 weeks where I had nothing on, I went like 4 or 5 times. Yeah.
That's sick.
Who's your favourite team?
Oh God, I've actually got a jersey of one of them, but I am so, you know, like when the Koreans come to London and watch Tottenham and they don't really care. I was basically doing that with their baseball team. So
I'm trying really hard not to do the accent.
Yeah, mate, I nearly did that. I nearly did an impression of them watching football over here, and I stopped myself. I was like, no, not happening.
Yeah.
Mikey,
but I'm a Tottenham fan, so it felt appropriate for me to do it because they've made seeing Tottenham so incredibly difficult that I was just adding to their problem.
Fair. How long have we got left? Because there's 2 things I want to talk about, and I'll decide.
7 minutes.
Right. Yeah. Okay. We'll talk about one of them on the. You happy to stay around for the Patreon?
Yeah.
Sound. In that case, before we talk about Willies, we'll save Willies for Patreon.
Got you.
Want to talk about relationships.
Yeah.
So when you were identifying as a man, you were with women. What's the story now?
Yeah, I mean,
are you a straight trans woman or bi, or do you not want to put a label on it?
I think the one thing to make clear of, yes, I was with a woman. We've already hinted I was cheating, with multiple
guys.
men. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So from my point of view, I class it as pansexual, which is a very wanky term, but essentially, it basically means trans men and trans women are included under that bracket as well.
Okay.
And for me, it's kind of, connection first, but at the same time, I do like a dick every now and again.
But a willy.
Yeah, every now. No, to be fair, like the person I'm dating at the moment is another trans woman who's post-op.
Post-op, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, God, that was weird because for the last 4 years I've been very dick heavy. My ratio has been swaying towards the dicks. And
great terminology there. Swaying towards the dicks.
Is this a podcast or is it Shakespeare? We don't know.
No, say as is, mate.
I'll have to see how this might be the one topic where I have to revert because it's so fresh because we're on date 3, so
excellent.
we'll see how this pans out.
Yeah.
But Yeah.
See what they did then? Pans out.
I know, I don't even mean to. It's just naturally funny. But we had, she came around on Sunday, and I was genuinely like, I'm so nervous because I don't know if I can even remember what to do with a vagina. You know, it was just like,
they are tricky.
I mean, I've been trying for a long time. Still can't find it, bro.
I'll be honest as well. Like, she had to like point me round. Not because just my memory was bad, but hers being like...
Oh, of course, it's operated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it works differently, right? So I didn't even figure out where the hole was in the end. I ended up just, you know, flicking the bean.
Oh.
Do
they have a bean on?
Yeah. My understanding, I mean, we'll get on to dicks, but my understanding is, don't they keep part of the bell end?
I think
and turn it into a clitoris.
Yeah.
So, what are you going to keep on?
The part of the bell end.
Oh, what are you going to get on?
The clitoris.
No, what did you just say?
Get onto dicks in the Patreon.
Yeah. No, she got wet. You know, which isn't just a brag on my part, but
she got wet.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was possible. I thought like
some people can't. Some people can't, but she could.
Yeah, but that's the same in all females.
And also, it's worth clarifying. She needed to be lubed up when it was inside.
Yeah, no, I get that.
But the outside gets wet.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's so bizarre. Yeah,
I didn't think
that's
that
insane.
It would work like that.
Not with everyone. Apparently, it's quite rare. So she was saying only a quarter of people.
If she was born female, she'd have been a squirter.
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
But
that wasn't pre-cum.
This just proves that she was meant to be female.
When she was when she identified as a man, that wasn't pre-cum coming out. That was her squirting.
Yeah. No, she's great.
Obviously, good luck with that. I really hope that works out for you. For you both of you, that's fucking great.
But both of my relationships over the last year and a bit, both been, I wouldn't even call this relationship at the moment. We're like 3 dates in. But you know, my last relationship was with another trans woman. So that's the scary thing. I've realised that I think the only people I can have a connection with on a romantic level are people that have gone through the same shit as me.
I don't think that's true at all.
I don't think. I can understand why you'd say that.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's very easy. It might not even be my place to have an opinion on this, but I would imagine that is more of a self-confidence thing.
Potentially.
Than I absolutely think that there are men out there that would be accepting for you as you see you as the woman you are.
Yeah.
Fancy you, want a relationship and go for it. So
well,
I can understand
there is an element
apprehension.
Of, I'll go on apps and like I've had a couple of first dates with men and stuff and like they're lovely. But then like the only like deep connections I've had with like people on a romantic level have been trans women. Right. So it's one of them, like I'm sure that will develop over time.
Yeah.
But at the moment it's just like there's something about it where sometimes I feel like I have to act a little bit when I'm around men. Yeah, and it's like, God, if I say something that's a bit masculine, or if I'm walking in a male stride for like 5 seconds by accident or something, that they may feel like grossed out by that.
Yeah.
But then when it's with another trans woman, like
you feel
we're so you can be 100% yourself.
This is why it sounds like it's a confidence thing.
Yeah,
and you know, I hope it all works out for you. I really do.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to go over to Patreon now. Oh, hang on.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just gonna say, like, before you we fuck off over to Patreon. I just wanted to say that like where you are is so good to see. And when I first met you, I only met you like 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
When we did the curry night. But when that happened, I had to be told that you were trans, and I would never have thought you were until somebody pointed it out. So I just think you're doing really well, and I'm very proud of you. And I think like where you are now, you should be proud of yourself as well.
Thank you,
because you are doing absolutely amazing.
Cheers.
And it's so good to just know
far too nice for this podcast. So I think you're a cunt.
Thank you. I like the balance.
Just to even out there.
I'll add 2 points. One, that gig was really funny. I ended up pulling a guy at that gig. It was really
Did you actually pull him?
He found me on Instagram straight away.
No way. That was amazing.
Yeah. And then the other point, like, considering where I was when I met you
yeah.
for the first time, it feels like a different world for me.
Oh,
like
as I say, I had genuinely forgotten your dead name. I had to ask you for it now. I have seen you as a woman for the last however long. I called you a cunt then. I don't mean it. You're fucking lovely, and I really, really appreciate you coming on the pod, and thank you for sharing your story with us so openly. Really, that it's really refreshing. And really
if you think that was open, wait till you hear the Patreon.
Come over to Patreon because we're about to talk about dicks.
Yeah, massive ones as well. I should let you know. Yeah.
So thank you very much for watching, Chloe. If you look into that camera there and tell them where they can find you on the socials.
Instagram, Chloe Reynolds Comedy. Facebook, Chloe Reynolds Comedy, and TikTok, you guessed it, Chloe Reynolds Comedy. Very original names. But yeah, give us a follow on that.
Yep, give her a follow. We'll put it all in the description. I keep doing this. I keep pointing down there and it winds Mikey up, so I'm going to keep doing it every fucking week. Thanks for sticking around. Come over to Patreon now. We've got it sorted at last. It's patreon.com/Ricky's Unstable. Chloe, thank you very, very much for coming on. We're going to go over to Patreon now. Come over. It's still just £1 a month for the first 1,000 patrons, and that is for the life of your membership. Tell your mom, tell your nan, tell whoever. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.